talk, but we talk that talk raw and uncut, live from Eduardo Lamone's Cigar Hookah Lounge in Richmond Park. Today we got on the panel. We're gonna start to my right. The first lady of the Humidor, the beautiful lady Les, is still with us today. Next to her, we got Mike Lowry himself, aka Ben. And we got the smooth ever so break it down, KDL 33. And today our special guest on the panel is Jonathan. Give it up for Jonathan. Alrighty, so last show, I guess we left off, it was before the election, right before the election, so we know what happened. Donald Trump is now your president. Whoa. Mr. Orange himself. Mr. Orange is now your president. There's been protests. Been a lot going on, a lot of other stuff still coming out, so let's get it started. Let's talk about Trump, and we're going to start with Ben.
Well, everybody know what happened. We got the new president-elect in Trump. You got people revolting all over the nation. You got people in uproar and all that. But we've been here before. We've had president after president, and I really don't think it's going to be a huge change from what has gone on in the first 4 years. Now, if he gets another 4 years, that's where we're going to get some problems.
There's something to it. I got
then we're going to get some problems.
I agree. Les?
I agree with Ben. I kind of have faith that he's actually going to do something that's going to be for a positive. I've already seen some slight changes in him, being that, he's already, it seems like he's always in a defense mode if you attack him, but then when you retract what you say about him, right, he comes from an apologetic heart. So I feel like a part of him is more a big act, so to speak. Very defensive, but I think when it comes down to it, I have faith that he's going to make some good decisions.
Some positive changes, okay.
And for those who, are hoping that he fail otherwise, let me remind you that we're all in the same boat.
He failed.
Right.
If he fails, then we all fail together. It's like, I saw something on, I think it was Facebook, where someone said, it's like we're all on the same plane. If it goes down, we all go down. So true. Let's not, put him down or talk down about him. Let's see what he has to do. Let's see what he's going to do. And we'll go from there. We can still make change in our own lives, in our own communities. That shouldn't stop anybody. If you really want to do something for change, then it starts with yourself.
Alrighty, love it. So we saw the protests, right? So that's been crazy because they messed up downtown when I was coming from down there, and I was pretty pissed off about that. So Jonathan, what do you think about the actual protesting?
Well, I'm one of the skeptics. I just hope that the Trump candidate is different than the Trump who's elected now. So he said he made a lot of remarks that were scary. So I'm one of the people who thinks that we should give him a chance, and maybe what he does will be different than what he said on the campaign trail. Right. So I'm a skeptic, but I'm still hopeful.
Right.
So
we pretty much don't have a choice. We got to see what's going to happen now, right? Yeah. Okay. Ken?
Hey man, this is real shop talk now. I don't like the motherfucker.
Bring it, Ken. Bring it home.
I don't like the motherfucker.
Somebody get audited next week.
For whatever, man. It is what it is. Hey man, you can tell by what's going on in the nation right now. There are protests damn near in every city because he got elected president. America felt kind of duped, and I'll tell you why. I'm not saying Hillary was a better candidate, right?
Right.
But what I'm saying is that she got the popular vote, which means a lot of people voted for her, man. And then the electoral put the president off. So America felt fucked up the next morning.
It's happened before, though.
Damn, right, it's not the first time it's happened, but I'm saying
first.
You put a dude for the last 18 months that came off as a racist, as a bigot, as an extreme sexist in office, man. And a lot of people, how you felt was, damn, is it that many people in the world that really feels like him that you really didn't know, but they went out and showed you because they voted? Like, you put a dude in office that has Twitter wars with women.
Well, what does it say about
this
the
dude is
country?
going-
What does it say about the people in this country?
It says there are a lot of people in the country that feel like him, and that's fucked up.
Okay.
It's a lot of people in this country feel like him, and you didn't know it until they went and voted.
Why didn't you know it?
So,
Come on, man.
well, I'm
America
just
ain't
saying, you
changed.
knew it, but
America
it
ain't
was
changed.
proven to you because of how many people voted for this dude. When y'all was watching the election that night,
Right.
and you saw states that were supposedly you knew were going to be blue, and they were red about 9 o'clock.
But isn't this
And
the same
you
country
knew.
that just voted a man of African descent into office? It's the exact
Yes.
same country,
Yes.
and now 8 years later, this. So all of a sudden, the country is super racist. So
No, I'm
where's
not saying
where's
the country is
between?
racist.
I mean,
I'm
where's
not
the-
saying the country is racist. What I'm saying is there are a lot of people that feel like him. And what I mean by that is, yeah, you might be tired of the same politics of what's going on in Washington right now, and you
Okay.
want change. But this dude showed you in 18 months who he was, man. He made a lot of racist comments.
Okay.
He was like bigotry. He was sexist towards women. I can't believe women went out and voted for him.
Right.
Like this dude is, and you put him, and it just shows that he can be the president of the United States.
Okay. Well, let's ask this. Let's ask this real quick. Ben, if the Democrats had a stronger candidate, think the outcome would have been different?
Very much so. Now, I do have the one question is now, was America ready to have a woman
Elect a woman
as
as
president?
Yes.
That's a great
Yes.
question.
Yes.
No.
Great question.
Now,
The answer is no.
the thing is, I really feel
Great
that
question.
that was the key.
Well,
If
Was it a woman or was it just Hillary?
it was
Woman.
a
I
now,
think
I think
that
part
part is that's part of it,
that's
but
part of it.
a lot of people, I hate to say it, are not ready to give that woman a woman, period.
I'm
Right.
a woman, and I don't feel that a woman should have that
I-
authority.
Well, wait, let's hear this. Let's hear this. This is deep. Let's hear
Go
this.
ahead.
Continue.
For the record, I have nothing against women.
Continue.
I don't have anything against
I have
women.
nothing against
You
women
You know,
whatsoever.
I am a
Let her
woman.
continue.
I don't have anything against that. I just feel that, you know, as an authoritative figure, yes, I'm gonna go there and go with a biblical standpoint.
Right.
I'm gonna say it. It even says, you know, that's not a place for her to be in. Not to say that she can't do it as a man would. Not to say that women can't do a lot of things men can, business-wise, in any position, sports, anything. Not to say
Right.
women can't, but you know, leadership roles. You know, I go again with the what biblical standpoint. If it says that, you know, a man should be in that place, then that's where.
And a lot of the states on the Bible Belt turned blue to red. I mean, and that's big because even the churches in the South, you have a lot of women that will not even go to a church where a woman is the pastor. And people really don't realize how this country is just as sexist as it is racist.
And
As far
honestly
as
speaking, is the world, we talking about America, but is the world ready for a woman? Because you know how other countries feel,
how they treat
view their women.
Right.
Yeah,
Are
that's
they,
really.
would they respect America with a woman in that role because of their culture, because of their way of life, and so forth? It's just I'm just giving you
That's big.
real talk right now.
You're 100% right. I agree with that. I think one day in this country it will happen. Just
It
like
will happen.
black man became president. But I'm gonna say this. When I sat back and thought of it, I thought of it like this. You weren't gonna get a woman in office right behind the first black president. You weren't gonna get the third straight Democratic nominee in office after two successful Democrats. So they were gonna shake that up. Like I sat back and thought, like, you know what? You weren't gonna get a woman right behind the first black. You weren't gonna get a third straight Democrat. They were gonna get a Republican in there. The problem is he's not a Republican. He's just him. They
Okay,
just
let's let-
you created this motherfucker.
It's
because
a
you
left-
was so
Let's
busy.
let Jonathan close this
Lesson.
one out. Let's let Jonathan close this out. What's your thoughts on it?
I hear you, Leslie. I never thought of it that way. But now that you mention it, that's valid. You know,
Put a lot on your
I admit.
mind.
I didn't vote for him. You know, I voted for Hillary. But I was saying, but even before the results were announced, that it's going to come down to if this country is ready for a racist. I mean, I hate to say that word, but I mean, based on what he said and what I'm
Shows you what he
seeing,
was.
who's
Exactly.
endorsed him, I'm like, okay, it's going to come down to the country wanting a racist or a woman. So we got our answer. And you know, I'm like you mentioned the revolts, stuff going on downtown. That's gonna keep going. Like people are emboldened now. You know, don't be surprised, man, if you see a wave of misunderstandings between the cops and us continue, you know.
Okay.
So I'm just a skeptic, but like I said,
Okay,
I still
well,
got
at
hope
this
for the
point,
game.
I personally don't
At
think
this
it's gonna
point,
be
we
4
gon'
years, to be honest.
at this point, we'll see what's gonna happen. Bottom line is Donald Trump is the president of the United States. Humidor Shop Talk, Real Talk, Raw and Uncut. We'll be right back.
All
I
right.
think what's really gonna happen.
Back to Humidor Shop Talk. So we just got through talking about Donald Trump, so let's move on. Another crazy topic this week, Phil Jackson versus LeBron James. All right, it turned out to be a big deal. I know Phil maybe didn't know he was going to stir up so much controversy, but he did.
Put his foot in it.
He pretty much called LeBron and his friends a posse. Pretty much called him a posse. The statement went somewhat like you can't hold up a whole team for LeBron, his mom, and his posse. And LeBron got offended and struck back, and some other players chimed in on it as well. So, we're going to kick this one off with KDA.
I think in today's society, man, anything you say is like sensitive. And anything,
Right.
because of what's going on in the world now with this Trump and all this kind of racist stuff that's going on, when you mention the word posse, LeBron got offended because his boys that he put on are businessmen. Like, they do a lot of stuff for him, and they
Right.
do their own thing.
Part of his camp. His
If
team.
you guys remember, the people that were with Allen Iverson, they were called posse. People that hung out with, not Jordan, but I forgot, is another cat that had a lot of people around his locker room
Right.
at the games and stuff. They were called posse.
And Phil
So
used
this
the
is not
term
the
back in
first time.
2003, too. It's not the first time he used
This is
the
not
term.
the first time this has
Right.
been used. But
Okay.
it shows you the heightened sensitivity that it is in America today with this racial stuff that's going on. So the slightest thing you say now will be taken the wrong way. What I think LeBron really got mad at was that Phil said he needs special treatment. When he was
Okay.
in Miami, he needed special treatment. He gave the example of LeBron wanted the team to stay the night in Cleveland one time they were there, so he can kick it with his posse.
Right.
That's when he got upset. I think he used posse because he didn't want to say, "Hey, I'm not a selfish person. I don't need special treatment." Yes, you do. All superstars.
Okay.
And I
well,
think he got mad at he's trying to stick up for his boys. In other words,
okay.
they're successful businessmen.
Okay, so we say maybe it's a little too sensitive, Leslie.
I agree with Kev. You know, I think society is up in arms lately, where to the point where everything you say, now you're walking on eggshells and having to be careful with the words that you choose to come out of your mouth. When we were talking about this, I honestly, not gonna lie, I was like, what was wrong with that? I honestly didn't think that was a big deal because, hold on, posse, the definition of posse is a body of men or group of people who have a common characteristic, occupation, or purpose. Now the synonyms for posse are group, crowd, pack. You just said something about team, camp. So had he said any of those other words, would he still be offended?
Probably not.
Okay,
Probably not.
Okay, so the question, I'm gonna ask Ben this: if it had been a group of white guys, would he use the word posse?
He would have used the word entourage.
Really?
Entourage.
Really?
Yeah. That's what he would have used. He would have used that. But everybody has heard the statement where somebody says it's not what you say, it's how you say it. He said it in a way that it made somebody feel uncomfortable. LeBron James is a businessman and he has a brand.
He's a
He has
brand.
a brand.
He's a brand.
And what he has done with the people that
He's
he
also
came
a
up with,
crybaby.
that alone, he's
Hater.
a businessman. What he has done is he has positioned the
Yes,
people
right.
that he grew up with. They went to college, they graduated, and he put them in
His
night.
position.
It's nice positions, right?
Right.
Exactly. So now he has a brand. So now you are attacking his brand. So yes, I'm going to respond back because now you make my brand seem like it's a clique, a gang, a posse. No, we are
Nice,
young
nice,
black
nice.
businessmen.
Mm-hmm.
Refer to us that. If you can't refer to us
Understood.
like that, then you keep your
Okay.
comments to yourself.
Okay, Jonathan, what you got?
I ain't gonna lie, man. Y'all might not like what I got to say, but I really don't care. I mean, people are sensitive. He said posse, so what, man? I mean, it is disrespectful. Okay, as a businessman, I mean, okay, I take myself a little more serious than somebody calling me a posse. Okay, but was it racist?
And also, anyone who's in business or has a business, I'm sorry, not everyone's gonna like your business. Not everyone is going to be on the side of your business. You are going to have people who talk shit about your business.
Right.
But you're going to come out and try to defend everybody.
But it is a media sensitive.
If you're going to say it in the media, you got
it's a media sensitive thing. It's just like.
Do we honestly think Phil Jackson said it in a place of a derogatory? We don't
know that. We don't know that. But
given his character,
I don't think the posse.
Here's the issue. It's just like, let's go back to the Super Bowl.
I agree with Kevin. He's more hurt at the special treatment.
Let's go back to the Super Bowl a few years ago. Richard Sherman was called a thug. He was called a thug. So here's the problem. Media refers to black men a certain way, black athletes a certain way, and white athletes another way. That's the issue. Richard Sherman graduated from Stanford with a 4.0, one of the top schools in the country, and was called a thug.
Who called him a thug?
The media, everybody call him a thug.
Just because of what he does on the field.
They call him a thug. Now, had that been a white guy, is he a thug? Right? So I think that's where we're looking at the divide. Is okay, it's different if you would call a group of white guys a posse, that's cool. But you can't just call us a posse and, like you say, call them entourage. Because now you're making us look like a gang. You're making us look like some type of hip hop group or something like that.
You gotta be careful what you say in the media. Because when you say this stuff in the media, guess who's gonna run with it? Every media outlet is going to run with it, and it's going to be turned into a negative aspect. Right. And now his brand has a negative aspect.
Have you ever heard a white athlete be called a thug? Ever? Kev? Jonathan?
Yeah, I have.
A white athlete?
Yeah, I have.
Who?
I don't know. But I've heard that. I've heard a white dude being called a thug before.
What's the guy who used to do all the dirty hits, played for Denver?
Yep. Romanowski.
Yeah. Was Romanowski called a thug?
No, he just called a dirty player.
He called a dirty player.
He just called a dirty player.
Richard. Right. Now, you never call Richard Sherman a dirty player. They call him a thug.
Right.
So you're right. If Dirk Nowitzki has special treatment and he has a group of friends that are white, Phil Jackson more than likely would not call them a posse.
Exactly.
But it is what it is. So
it's wordplay.
Here's the sensitive part of the media in America right now. We're automatically going racial. Like we automatically, and that's how LeBron took it. Like, no, me and my guys.
That's how the media spent it.
Get the hell of office.
That's how the media spent it.
Well, they
so
spent it, but
LeBron
that's
had
what he
to come back and
it was
say
his
something.
Quote, though.
It wasn't spent. He said it.
Right, Phil said it.
But I'm saying, but the media is gonna take it and they're gonna flip it and they're gonna make it into this huge story because that's what we gravitate to, those type of stories. So if you didn't want this to come back with any repercussions, then you watch what you say.
But Phil always say wild shit.
But as an athlete though, you can choose to not respond to something like that because if being called a posse if that's all he said, if that's it,
I truly agree.
How you can out of all things somebody could call you a posse, man. So what?
It's not the party guy.
But you also,
it's so many words out there than posse.
But you also looking at probably the biggest athlete in the world today. LeBron is the biggest athlete, not just the NBA, in the world today.
Call something a whole lot worse than posse.
Don't call me
so now, if LeBron would have came back and talked about Phil's camp and called them a bunch of crackers.
Crackers are the racial.
I'm just saying. But if you say something, then that's what's gonna happen. You're gonna have repercussions to anything that you say in the media. So Phil Jackson being all these rings,
70.
he has to be more conscious of what he says when you talking about his arena. His arena is NBA players, and the NBA is predominantly white.
Black.
Exactly. So you are going to offend your whole being.
And wouldn't that make you also question? Okay, it's majority black. So do you honestly think he would put himself out there put himself in a
We're not saying he
like
purposely did it, but you have to be conscious.
I agree. You have to watch what you say, especially if you're
rings. You don't care what you say.
I agree. You do have to watch what you're saying. Be conscious on when you're in the face of the media. I do agree with that.
Phil is not a coach. He's not a player. He is a
He's the president.
GM.
Now. He's the president now.
So now you got.
Well, it's just as sensitive as everyone was over the Clippers owner's statement on the phone. He didn't know he was being recorded.
He got crucified.
Now, he got crucified, and all he said.
The team.
But wait, people don't realize this about that. He did not know he was being recorded. He never once said nigga. He never said porch monkey, nothing like that. He just said them dudes, black people. He never went, and he got, like you said, crucified.
But it all came out.
He got crucified. So you know you're in a sensitive situation.
Yeah, but it all came out with players that played for the organization. They knew it was racist a long time ago. They just worked for him. Remember all that came out?
But still, if he didn't know he was being recorded, he could have said anything he wanted.
And that part of it was wrong. True. They recorded him.
But what did you just say? He's been racist a long time.
And everybody knew.
He never came out and said anything. But now he got caught on the wire saying this stuff, and now it came out. But otherwise, he has carried himself in a respectful manner and didn't say a word. Now, if Phil has come out and said something that offends somebody, he has to go ahead and deal with that.
Look,
All right, at the end of the day, we gotta wrap it up. At the end of the day, Phil Jackson's an asshole. Humidor Shop Talk. We'll be right back. All right. This your boy Lucky Lefty. Humidor Shop Talk, live, raw and uncut, right here. Check it out, man. The apparel, the Humidor apparel. We got the hoodies coming to you already. Ready to go right now and get your pre-orders in. You see you got the reds, you got the black, you got the blue. We also got the t-shirts, glasses coming real soon. And be on the lookout for our new female brand, Lips and Sticks. Check it out. It's gonna be dope. Put in your orders now, man. Get with us. Holla back. Welcome back. So it's our last segment, one of our most popular segments. And we always shut it down with this. It's the What's on Your Mind. We go around each member of the panel and talk about what's on your mind regardless of what it is. So we're going to kick it off with our special guest, Jonathan. What's on your mind?
All right, so I always got my Bears in mind. So game tomorrow against the Giants. I said a few days ago that I was done with the color talk, but I got one more thing to say about him and the Bears and Alshon. I was telling Kev earlier, Alshon, I'm disappointed, his time here in Chicago has been up and down. He was hurt, soft tissue injuries, and now this. So I'm not gonna lie. If I was his age, if I was 25 again, 26, I would want to play for this team. Now, I'm not saying he did it deliberately, but at the same time, I can help but ask myself, like, man, does he really want to be on the team? Does he want to be playing for the city?
Right.
And I wouldn't.
Good
So although I'm disappointed, I'm not mad because we got so many other problems, man. John Fox, people are kind of starting to use him as a scapegoat. I personally think that the quarterback has been consistently inconsistent.
That's a good way to put it.
Consistently inconsistent, man. I'm tired of him. I wish him nothing but the best while he's here, but at the same time, he gotta go, man. I hope we draft a quarterback in the first round. I don't know what pick we're gonna have, but I personally we gotta go either QB first or right tackle first because Massey, man, sus. Okay. But having said that, the proof is in the pudding with the quarterback situation. When Aaron Cromer a couple years ago leaked that info to the journalist, he was saying that Jay was hurting the team. He wasn't audible out of bad play calling, and now people were criticizing him because he put Jay on blast publicly. He should have done that, but it doesn't mean he wasn't telling the truth. I know he was eventually, I think, into rehab.
That you freak, baby.
I don't know if it was alcohol or I don't know what substance it was. Yeah. So that made him seem a little bit like discredited. But now, I think a few days ago was like, well, the media asked him in the post game. They were like, well, some of the teammates said that you didn't prepare for the game. That it was embarrassing how you prepared for the game. But I think Jay responded by saying, well, who was it? Put a name on it. But if they put a name on it, the media's going to say, well, you did it publicly, you should have kept it in the house. Say the truth, the name was already put on it. Wait, Aaron Cromer.
With that being said, we got another What's on Your Mind.
Okay, all right.
That being want to kind of piggyback off that.
Yeah, I want to piggyback off the fucking media. Now, with all the...
I'm cursed behind it. That's serious.
I know, man. You got the actors, you got the athletes and all this stuff. Stop letting the media play you. That's all they doing is hanging a carrot out there in front of you.
Yep.
They give you a blank source Said this source gave them this information, and then what did we do? We run after that carrot and we bite. We bite. The same thing happened in Golden State with
Kevin Durant.
not Durant, but Clay. Somebody said that they was playing soft when they yeah, soft with two F's and no T. They said that they was playing soft when they played against Cleveland, but it's a no-name source. Cut it. No-name source. If somebody's gonna say something to the media, put your name behind it. But you as that athlete, that actor, whoever that's out there, don't bite on it, because that's what the media wants. They hang that carrot out you. So as soon as you start saying whatever, responding back to it, now it goes viral. Now it's a topic. Now everybody in the audience, we listening and we saying, we got comments and all that. That's all you got to do. It's just like a bully. A bully will be saying stuff all the time, but if you ignore them, guess what? They'll stop.
LeBron should have done the same.
Exactly.
All right.
Thank you.
Exactly.
What's on your mind, KDL?
I want to take this time to give it up for the New York. Let me look in the camera when I say this.
This mother.
Oh, God.
I want to take this time to give it up for the New York Football Giants.
Let him get his
Now, the
point.
Giants haven't had a good record since we won the Super Bowl in 2011. And I've been telling people that they're going to be good. They're going to be good. We averaged 30 points a game last year, but we had absolutely no defense. Our scoring has come down this year, but we have a better defense. And the Giants are right now sitting at 6-3. They play the Chicago Bears tomorrow. That's win number 7. They play the Cleveland Browns the next week. That's win number 8. The next 2 weeks, the New York Giants will be 8-3. They are second in the second best division in football, by the way. Everybody is over 500. No one in the NFC North can say that. I'm talking about the whole team, the whole division. The Giants right now are sitting 6-3 in second place to the Dallas Cowboys. The one team to beat the Dallas Cowboys this year would happen to be the New York Giants. And what's going to happen this year? They'll be 8-3 within the next 2 weeks. They'll be 8-3.
Dallas should be undefeated.
And no less, they will get the NFC wild card and once again be in the playoffs again. Chicago, it's been since 1985 since they won the Super
I
Bowl.
thought you was talking about New York.
Yeah, you went
And
totally
you
off.
going
No, I'm
way
just
off.
saying. I'm comparing here.
So now we're going to chime in on what's on your mind now.
It's been since 2011 that the Giants have won the Super Bowl. We are back. Give it
Alrighty.
up. I told y'all we were going to be good this year. We're going to kick the Bears' ass tomorrow. Watch what I say. Tune in. 12 o'clock. Fox.
All right, what's on your mind, Leslie?
Okay.
All right.
Totally going off sports here. This is going to be my last show. So I just wanted to say to the fellas on the panel that I have had so much fun this past season, the season before. I know I made some friends here. You guys are, like the annoying brothers that I never had. No, I seriously, I love you guys. I love my newfound sisters as well. So, I just wish you guys, I wish you guys the best going forward in the
Get
show.
a tissue.
I would hope to, be back as a guest one day on the show.
Always welcome.
And
always welcome.
for all of you guys
Always
watching,
welcome back.
continue to watch. Hopefully these guys, blow up real big, and
Yeah.
I'll be there to support ya. Definitely.
All right.
All right.
Thank you, Leslie.
All right.
I'll close it out. First and foremost, I do want to thank Leslie. She's been there since day one with us, and it's been great having her, and we're gonna miss her. She'll be back. You'll see her. You'll see her out here. She'll be a special guest. She'll definitely be back. So don't worry about that. Alrighty. So I'm gonna close it out with this. With Trump in office, and even since this whole election thing started with the campaigning, the word slave has been thrown around a lot. Slavery and all has been thrown around a lot. Let me first say I'm sick of it. Shut the fuck up saying it. It's offensive to people who really were slaves. You're talking about people who were taken from their country, stripped of their culture, taken from their families, freedom snatched away from them, so on and so forth. Here's the problem I have with this main people who are screaming the word slaves. We have adopted some of the same rituals and traditions that were passed down from our slave masters. And we practice them to this day, but then we sit around and call ourselves slaves. So my issue is, the word is used too loosely. That was a very serious topic. I think we use it as an excuse too much to act a goddamn fool. So, with that being said, if you think you're a slave, look in the fucking mirror and call yourself master, because you're the one enslaving yourself. Bottom line. So we're going to close it out with that.
All right, all
Mic
right.
drop.
It's been a great show.